So I was just trying to shim this up and fill this crack that had developed on this carving that's been sitting around for roughly 2 years now. This is poplar, and as you can see, my shims are not poplar. But anyhow, that doesn't really matter. If it's going to be painted over, I say what's the heckin' point of trying to match the wood species. Anyhow, so while I was doing this, as you can see, it just fell off there. But while I was doing this, I got greedy, and I tried too much to fill the crack, and I put too many shims in here, and they were shored up nicely, but I wanted them to be well set in there so I wouldn't have too many cracks to fill in with. What I do is I filled the small cracks with just super glue, and that is a bottle of honey. Not quite honey, but it's liquid gold still. It's baking powder. And you put a little bit of super glue down in there, in the crack, and then you put some baking powder over it, and it acts like an activator, sort of a thing. And that's what I did on these little cracks here. But anyhow, so now what I'm going to have to do, because I had this terrible misfortune of it splitting completely, is I'm going to have to probably drill a hole into right here and set lag bolts, probably short lag bolts, but lag bolts nonetheless, through it, and then I can fill in the crack on the front. So this is just kind of a warning video. Sometimes, you get carried away and you could end up ruining a piece altogether. Thankfully, I know how to fix this, but it's a pain in the butt, and I would have rathered that I had just known better and just done it the right way to begin with. Anyhow, so that's what I've got going on today, even though it's only about 30 degrees outside. I'm trying to get this ready, I gotta get through all of my inventory, get it sold, and I want to limit how much crap I have in my storage unit. See, I have a couple of extra logs in here, I have a generator, all my saws. Sorry, I have a sinus infection, so one of the hazards of being a chainsaw carver that's too cheap to buy a mask is I get a stuffy nose from time to time. So, but anyhow, I'm just in here working, even though it's cold. It's not going to stop me. So I've been debating off and on whether I should paint this or burn this, or even if I should just leave it like this and sell it as is. But I think that here soon I am going to pattern the feathers into the front more, and then burn the body, excuse me, and paint the head and the tail. Anyhow, but I'll also have to fix this one when it comes time, and hopefully I don't split that one in two also. This is just one of the hazards of working with wet wood or wood that's prone to cracking. See, the lion and the lamb, it's half covered right now, but all those cracks down the side, first off, this log isn't completely dry yet, so it's kind of my fault for carving it so soon, but I was lacking materials at the time, and now I'm lacking even more materials since most of my wood got stolen. In fact, that's the only log that didn't get stolen, and that's why I brought it into my storage unit, to hide it from thieves. But anyhow, so that carving was done out of poplar, and that's what this is, and that's what that is. In fact, this and that are the same tree. These have both been sitting around for a couple of years. That's a different tree, but yeah, so, and that bear over there is the same tree as this one. So, yeah, this is pine, that's poplar. I can't remember which tree this came off of, but yeah, anyhow, I'm just trying to fix little cracks and get things ready for paint. It's not quite painting weather. I like a good 50 degrees or so before I paint stuff, which could be a couple of months away still, but I hope not. Usually it warms up around mid-March, but here we are, the last week of February, and it's still snowing and whatnot, so this is all just the last night and a half, so yeah. Anyhow, sorry for a long-ish video and kind of rambling, but I do that when I'm sick, so I do that all the time, actually. So, anyhow, thanks for looking. God bless.